Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Do You Know Minecraft, the show where we learn interesting facts about the game. And just a couple of days ago, Mojang released the first snapshot for the Minecraft 1.10 update. It came with many new features including new mobs, structures and blocks. One of them is the Magma Block, which this episode is dedicated to. It's an animated block found near lava lakes in the Nether, and this block has some interesting properties too, including one amazing feature with light levels that may have gone largely unnoticed, and that is why I wanted to make a video about it, as I think it is a feature this game has been overdue for a long time. But before we get to that, let's start off with the basic info about this block. So the Magma Block will deal damage to entities that stand on top of it, and that includes the player as well as other mobs as well. Some of these mobs are fire resistant though, so they don't take damage. These are mainly the ones that you find in the Nether. As for some other mobs, unfortunately they are damaged by this block. With these pigmen taking no damage, it would hint that this is a fire source of damage. However, as this pig will demonstrate to us, its pork chop isn't going to be cooked when it dies, so it hasn't been killed by fire. And if we stand on here, you can see that we are unfortunately taking damage. If we press shift, then all of a sudden we no longer take damage on this block. Okay, we're going to walk on the Magma Block as well, but this time we're taking no damage, and no, I'm not holding down shift. This is because we've got an enchantment on our boots, and that is actually Frostwalker. So with Frostwalker you take no damage. Let's put on Fire Protection, which you may think is the one to use when walking across magma blocks, and no, you can see here that we take damage and our item is going to be damaged because of this as well. Now what we're going to do next is chug on a fire resistance potion. So with fire protection not working, you might think this one won't either, but believe it or not, you can walk across it as well. Very strange stuff, very strange stuff. And I know some of you are going to ask, blocking with a shield doesn't reduce any of the damage you take here at all. However, the protection enchantment can actually reduce some of the damage. If we walk around with a full set of protection, you can see here, although we sort of take damage, we don't take any in terms of health, but it does damage our armor again. To instant mine the block, you're going to need efficiency 3 on a diamond pickaxe. And here's efficiency 2, no instant mine. Alright, now it's time for the pain test. Let's stand on top of a pressure plate, we take damage. A carpet, we also take damage. Here's a trapdoor, we take damage on that one. We don't on the daylight sensor, nor do we do the half slab. Then when it comes to snow layers, we take damage on the first, the second, but not the third. The answer is no. Unfortunately, this cannot be used to make a awesome smoke machine. The reason why is because we are running the game a lot faster than usual. The default tick speed is 20. And even then, this happens relatively frequently. Of course, I'm recording now, so it's not going to do it. But as you saw there, the magma block can remove water from above it, just like that. And when it rains, the magma block smokes. As you can see, it is raining in this small quadrant of our test world, and the magma block is emitting the smoke particle. It may not be terribly exciting to know, but if you are a redstone, it is always good to know which blocks work with redstone, and the magma block is one of them. Another important question, can mobs spawn on the magma block? The answer is yes. They will then take damage and eventually die. Another reason we're here though is to test out the blast resistance of this block. I've already blown up a few bits of TNT before, and I'd say its blast resistance is quite low, similar to dirt in my opinion. Now I don't have an exact number for you, but look at that right there, clearly a low blast resistance. So that's all of the mini facts about the magma block. We're now going to move on to its main feature, but before we do that, let's take a moment to appreciate the texture here. Do you know what? I really like this texture and I love that it's animated. It looks seriously cool. So what is the big fuss about this block? What is its special feature? It will hold a light level. Now as I say that probably sounds not too spectacular, maybe a little bit confusing. Let's go through it step by step. So first of all, when we place this thing down, well, that was strange. It's working now though. Anyway, we've placed down the block and look at this thing. It sort of looks like it's lit at light level 15, but it's actually emitting a very dim light around here. If we press F3, we can see that it is a light level 2 that it emits naturally. Now I said that it can hold a light level. This means if we put down one of these blocks, we activate a light source nearby and then deactivate it, you can see the light is still here, and it's because this is holding the light level and emitting it itself. So now it is working at light level 12. Let's put another one down here, activate the redstone lamp, deactivate it, and now it's holding the light level at 10. This one over here, it's holding it at 8, and that's because, well, let's turn it off first. You can see it's still 8. That's because these are spaced out 2 blocks further every time. So when we do this one, it's going to hold the light level of 6, and that is now the light that it will emit, which is really cool. Now what we're going to do next is put it directly next to the redstone lamp, so it emits the maximum light level, which will be 13. And then we're going to place another block here and another one there, and we can see that this one emits 12 and then 11. Let's remove the original ones. You can see it's still holding the light level value, so you can actually light them from other ones, and this works really cool for like ambient lighting. As you sort of remove it, you can get lower light levels to work. Now this pretty much stays the same way. I've done a whole bunch of testing with interacting with it, like placing blocks next to it and doing other bits and bobs, and one of the things that actually stops it from working is Piston. So you can give it a block update, but if you move it with a piston it will lose its light level. So when we pull this back, you can see it goes back to the default, which is light level 2. So everything you've seen in this video is subject to change, but that is true of anything in this game technically, and it would be a real shame if this were to change. I think it is an incredible feature. Hopefully it is not considered a bug, and here's why. If you want to have some like ambient lighting in an area, you don't want a bright light source, but you'd like to have some dimmer lights in the area, well, you can achieve that with this block, as you can see right here, which makes it really cool for working with lighting in Minecraft. And it's also the sort of block we've had nothing like this before, a programmable light source. Well, maybe the redstone lamp is a little bit similar, but anyway, what I'd love to see is this thing work with pistons as well, so it could keep its light level and be moved by pistons. That would be great, but I have no idea what the guys of Mojang have planned for this block. And that is it. That is all for this video of Do You Know Minecraft. If you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like. As always, thank you so much for your support on these videos. And of course, be sure to check out the Do You Know Minecraft playlist for more interesting informational videos like the one that you have just seen. Link is in the description box down below. But anyway, that is it from me this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.